Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Alex here. Man, I just noticed that my lockdown beard is starting to get really long. So as the title of this video suggests, today I'm going to be talking about why I waited so long to start a YouTube channel and give you some of the tricks that I've found that have helped me succeed at least starting out. So why did I wait so long? So for myself, I'm not a person who really likes to be the center of attention. I sort of like to be given my own space and do my own thing, and I'm more of a person in the room who will actively contribute to a conversation, but I don't like to be the topic of the conversation, if that makes sense. And I've always felt that while doing YouTube, I sort of would be the topic of the conversation. And that doesn't mean that I don't have experiences or things that I like to share about myself or talk about. Clearly I do. But it just means that I'm not a huge fan of, let's say, other people talking about my situations or experiences in my place. And another two reasons behind why I didn't start YouTube sooner is a microphone and a camera. I wasn't really sure how to record or what to do or what type of camera I would need or microphone, and I just didn't have access to them outside of what was on my computer already, which is a fairly low resolution camera and not a very good microphone. I also didn't really know how to screen capture or screen record or edit videos, and obviously being in university for such a long time, at this point it's been about 8 years, I haven't really had the time to commit to learning those things. But at the end of the day, I decided why not take the plunge. And I was going to make time for them. I was going to let this be sort of my primary hobby on the side of schoolwork and everything else. And one of the other motivations behind this is actually the fact that teaching right now looks to be going towards an online direction, at least in some part. Whether that is in Ontario here, we are having conversations about at least 2 of a student's courses throughout their high school experience should be completed online, and I can only see that growing in the future. But that's not necessarily the topic of this video, it's just sort of a motivation that teaching looks to be going down an online route. And I figure to be competitive for online teaching jobs, if that's maybe the route that I want to pursue, why not gain experience and start to create a digital footprint for myself? It's something that a lot of school boards are looking at right now, and seeing if you are good at not only speaking in front of other people, but delivering content in a clear and concise way using multimedia. And along with the decision to start creating a small digital footprint for myself, I really pushed myself forward by buying a new camera and a new microphone just on Amazon. Honestly, I went on there and I looked for whatever microphones were on sale, and I got both my video camera and my microphone for around $20 each. Mind you, I did buy them when they are on sale, so I would say that it is worth looking for them when they go on sale, but they are definitely worth the price, and I've been pleasantly surprised with them. Now honestly, I will say that I probably will upgrade my camera at a later date once I get into actual teaching jobs, as I'll start to make some money and we'll be able to have some disposable income to put towards some camera equipment. But that doesn't mean that this camera isn't great for starting out as a YouTuber. Now, however, the microphone that I got has been absolutely amazing, and I really would suggest this to anyone, so I'll throw a link down in the description. So this microphone, the Tonor TC777, is a condenser PC gaming microphone on a tripod, and it works perfect for any sort of recording, such as podcasts or YouTube, etc., and it's a USB microphone, so it just plugs into your computer and you can go from there. I found that it greatly cuts down the background noise from anywhere around me, and I've just had great experiences with it overall, so yeah, go and check it out. And if you're looking for a microphone for a beginner to use, it's easy and intuitive, and I would heavily suggest getting it. So now moving on to sort of the recording and editing. Another way in which I learned how to record was using screen capture technology, mostly in the form of OBS. So on some of my other videos, you'll notice that you'll see me in the top left corner of my video while I'm recording my screen. And OBS is great for recording multiple video sources, and you can crop your screen and really record whatever you want, as well as recording audio through it and your camera and everything else. So I highly suggest it for recording. It does make some of the videos very easy to film, especially if you're doing something that isn't just a straight camera take like this. And then as for editing, I use DaVinci Resolve. So I won't spend too long on this because there's a lot of tutorials out there, and I might even start making a couple of DaVinci Resolve tutorials, at least for beginning YouTube videos. But I would highly recommend, if you're interested in learning DaVinci Resolve, to go over to Casey Ferris's channel, and he does a deep dive into most things that DaVinci Resolve does. So just in brief, DaVinci Resolve is a very powerful and free video editing software. Now, there is a paid version, but honestly, most of the functions are accessible in the free version of it. It allows you to add whatever media you want, audio, video, etc. You can do animations and fusion techniques, which for the most part is a fancy way for saying animating and breaking apart complex images and having individual pieces move separately, adjusting audio levels, etc. Honestly, it's the editing choice for most starting YouTube content creators, just from how powerful it is. I'll make a video going over some of the basic functions in the future, but as for this video, in combination with OBS and DaVinci Resolve, I found it's everything that I've needed to start my YouTube channel. So now for my tips for anyone starting YouTube or who's a little bit worried about starting it, maybe because of the reasons that I've mentioned. They don't want to be the center of attention, they have a little bit of stage fright or talking in front of other people. This is some tips for those type of people who are thinking about it. My first tip is to get rid of any excuses you might have. So if you don't have a camera or don't have a microphone, it's no big deal. If you have a phone, you can shoot it on there. If you have a webcam on your computer, you can shoot it from there. Or if you absolutely think that those are unusable, or you don't want to do that, then just go buy a cheap $20 microphone and a cheap $20 USB camera. It'll make the world of a difference and it'll really give you the confidence boost. Tip number 2 is to not be afraid to do multiple takes. Honestly, sometimes when I'm doing these videos, I get a little bit tongue-tied and it takes me 5 or 10 times to get a take right. Just remember, it doesn't have to be one continuous video. You can break it up however much you like, and with a powerful editing platform like DaVinci Resolve, you can do a lot of things that will just make it seem like it's one take. However, there's always the excuse of, I don't have enough time, I don't have the time, I'm busy with work, I'm busy with school, so on and so forth, and it's a genuine concern. But I've found that it doesn't take too long to make a YouTube video. Now, mind you, I'm not going out and filming stock video for much of my stuff. I'm mostly doing it at home at my computer after my work day is done or after my school day is done. So in terms of length for me, depending on the type of video that I'm filming, it can take anywhere between 20 minutes and an hour to film, and anywhere between 2 to 3 hours to edit. Now obviously some videos are really quick, but some take a little bit longer. In general, I found for a 5-minute video, it takes about half an hour to film and about 2 hours to edit that down. And that includes adding all the background audio if that's what you like, or finding and adding images, etc. So I'll generally do all of this on a Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday morning, and just sit down for 3 hours and get my video done for the week. And the beautiful thing about YouTube is that you can film and edit and schedule your videos in advance. So if you have a week or a weekend where you have a little bit more time, you can do 2 or 3 videos. I generally try to work about a week ahead, but at the same time, sometimes I just have a really busy week and I do mine the night before posting. So time isn't too much of a concern, as long as you're willing to put the time into it and be serious about creating content. And then my third tip is to just take the plunge and get started. Honestly, there's nothing as valuable as experience, and even I've noticed over the past 2-ish months that I've been doing this, 2.5 months, I've become a lot more confident in front of my camera, and just in general, speaking in front of others. I've noticed this even in my teaching classes, that I've become much more of a confident public speaker and much better at presenting content. Also, it helps a lot with presentations. Just being able to make a story and finding things that people are interested in and aligning it in a way that keeps their attention going throughout a video. So if you're just worried about the experience, just get started. It's just worth it to try it, and you'll notice all the improvements over time. And my fourth tip is your videos aren't going to be perfect when you first start. There's going to be audio issues, there's going to be video and lighting issues, and my tip for that is just to deal with one thing at a time. As you probably can tell if you go and watch my first video, which I'll link up in the top right corner, the audio isn't great and the video isn't great. The lighting is a little bit poor, but I started it anyways, and I figured this is the time. And now what I've done since then is every video that I make, or every 2 videos that I make, I try to address one of my big concerns. So the first concern that I decided to address was my microphone. Because at the beginning I used my computer one and it just was not adequate for what I needed. Hence, I got this microphone here to take care of those issues and especially get rid of the background noise. And then I decided to focus on the video, where I got the USB camera. After that, I focused on lighting and sort of like the background setup. And then that sort of went out the window after I moved, where now I'm sort of using the spare bedroom But as you can probably tell from the back, I need to hang a sheet over some stuff because I just haven't finished unpacking or getting things sort of settled. And that's honestly a very easy fix if you have a messy room. Just find a sheet and just sort of cover it up as a background. That right there is a tapestry of some trees. And yeah, that's it for my tips on starting video creation. As we move forward in this YouTube series, I probably will get a little bit more into editing for beginners and how to use OBS, etc. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this content and want to see more like it, or some of my experiences in Teachers College, or my science demonstrations, please like and subscribe to this channel. It goes a long way in helping a new YouTube content creator like myself out. With that said, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you are all looking forward to the upcoming Teachers Talk podcast that I'm going to be starting with some of my classmates and some other teacher candidates at other universities in Canada. So yeah, enjoy, and I'll see you all around. Bye!